Hong Kong will spend 20 billion over the next 5 years to launch 26 projects to develop new sports and recreation facilities or improve existing ones. The government proposed to use the Wan Chai Sports Ground for comprehensive development in 2019 at the earliest. The Wan Chai Sports Ground was opened in 1979 and is located near the waterfront of Wan Chai, neighboring Sun Hung K Center. Its total area is 2.7 hectares and can accommodate 2,401 spectators. Moreover, the facilities in the sports ground, such as the electronic timing equipment, scoreboard, and video finishing system, meets the standards of the International Athletic Association Federation. Currently, the sports ground is mainly used as venues for major track and field events in Hong Kong, including the Inter-School Division 1 athletics competition. Therefore, when the government announced their plan to demolish the sports ground for redevelopment, it has become a controversial issue, causing huge debate among stakeholders.
On the 19th of January, Gregory So Kam Leung, the Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development, talked about some benefits of demolishing the sports ground.
Chai Sports Ground, in the whole scheme of things, provide us with an opportunity to really maximize its usage of the land. Now, this development has two elements. One is for the exhibition and convention space that will be provided in this new development. Secondly, it is also provision of really up and coming and it's really a niche kind of a sports activities, providing a more diversified portfolio for our citizens in Hong Kong to really enjoy. So this is a whole, I find it complementary into the provision of sports facilities in Hong Kong, the whole spectrum of sports facilities to be provided in the future, which is really comprehensive.
We have invited Coach So Hoi Nam to do an interview with us, talking about this issue. Coach So is an ex-member of the Hong Kong athletics team and has set 3 youth records, including the half marathon, 10,000 meters and 3,000 meters race.
From my point of view, of course I would not support the idea of demolishing the sports ground, owing to the fact that I am an athletic coach. One of the major reasons is the importance of the Wan Chai Sports Ground. It is because the Wan Chai Sports Ground is located in a place with convenient transportation, adding that its wind direction, along with other factors, have been proven to be favorable for local athletes in achieving ideal results over the past years. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, there are other qualified sports grounds, such as the Cheung Kwan No Sports Ground, which was built a couple of years ago. There are statistics comparing it with the Wan Chai Sports Ground, that the likelihood of creating personal bests in the Wan Chai Sports Ground is higher than that in the Cheung Kwan No Sports Ground. For an elite development program, if there is a good sports ground out there, why would we use an unfavorable one? Take the example of the Cheung Kwan No Sports Ground. It is relatively difficult for athletes to break records there, and this adversely affects our city's sports development. What's more is that we have to consider if there's a sports ground available in the vicinity that serves schools as a venue for athletic meets or for other purposes. If the Wan Chai Sports Ground is demolished, everyone will have to go to the Aberdeen Sports Ground or the Siu Sai Wan Sports Ground. Currently, as for the Southern District and the Eastern District, there are already athletic meets held by schools in those regions. At the loss of the Wan Chai Sports Ground, probabilities include schools will be having fewer choices, or even the situation in which schools have no choice but to cut an originally 2-day sports day into a 1-day one, or else a logjam of schools competing for the limited amount of sports grounds will result.
We've also interviewed Bon Lee, a university student with over 8 years of running experience in Hong Kong.
So the government is planning to demolish the Wan Chai Sports Ground, and what's your view about it?
I don't think it is a good idea.
So what's your reason?
The government failed to provide a satisfactory arrangement for the period after the demolition of the franchise sports ground before a new sports ground is developed. And I think the role of the government in the society is to provide platform for different people to develop their own talents, regardless of what the talent is. And the government should play a supportive role to provide the infrastructure for them. But in this case, the government is going to demolish a sports ground which is in the international level, satisfying the international standard. However, it failed to provide an alternative settlement for the athletes.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Despite benefits obtained, the current idea of demolishing Wan Chai Sports Ground for redevelopment is not gaining much public support, since this controversy has suggested that the government has failed to fully consider the overall effect of the proposed demolition that will be possibly made on the city's sports development. Given that the overall usage rate of Wan Chai Sports Ground has been 80% or higher over the past years, the government should really examine carefully the pros and cons of demolishing the Wan Chai Sports Ground before making the best decision for the society.